Hello everyone, good evening. This is Pradeep once again on the new webinar series OneNote. So friends, as you all know, this is our fourth day where we have, in the previous days, we have done trainings on OneDrive, Forms, SharePoint, Power Apps, Planner, Teams. Today we are going to talk about OneNote. But before we get started with OneNote, once again, my request to all of you to make some donation to PM Cares Fund. You can take down the link to that website from the screen, or you can use QR code. You can also make donations to any other charity organization that you are associated with, or do any other charity activity. But it's my humble request to go ahead and do some act of kindness. Now here, as you can see, that this is the detailed planner of our training programs. So today is the fourth day where we are going to be talking about OneNote. Tomorrow is Outlook, which is again very much interesting. So friends, those who have missed our previous webinar, this is a link to all of them. You can go to this webinar link and watch the previous recording. We are publishing new video at 1 o'clock in the afternoon every day. So make sure that you subscribe to this playlist, you subscribe to our channel so that you get regular updates. Thank you. This is a bit of information about myself. You can just go through it. But while you're going through it, just my humble request, if you can go to this YouTube channel, that is youtube.com/c/Pradeep Pardeshi, or you can type in Google Pradeep Pardeshi. This is how it is spelled. Or you can even go to youtube.com and search for Pradeep Pardeshi. You will get my channel at the topmost link. I will request all of you to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to the channel. You can even go to question and answer section, and the links are already there. Please do subscribe to the channel. One more request, if you can leave some comments on my LinkedIn profile, that will be a great help. Thank you very much. Few announcements. This is a one-way communication. That means I can speak and you are listening to my audio, but what you cannot talk to me right now in this webinar because this is Teams live events. Those who have attended yesterday's session would have understood how Teams live event is created, which can host up to 10,000 participants. So just in case if you have any question, please do go to the question and answer panel, which is on the right hand side corner of your screen. Your questions, I'll take up all your questions as and when I get time during the session. Most of the time it happens that I may not be able to answer all the questions, but what you can do is you can ask questions on our YouTube channel. Below the video, you can ask questions, although this video is not going to go live immediately after the session, but after 1 o'clock tomorrow. What you can do is you can post in your queries over there. If possible, I'll answer it right there, or else I'll create a new video to answer your queries. Last thing, at the end, please do give the feedback. Yesterday we made a mistake. We posted the wrong form link, but today we are going to post the links for yesterday as well as today. But first priority will be today's link, and then later on we'll post the link for yesterday's feedback. So please do give your valuable feedback. That helps us to plan for the next session. We still have 11 more sessions pending. I will definitely consider your feedback and try to implement them in my future sessions. So let's go ahead with happy learning. I'm now jumping over to my OneNote to get started with the session. So let me tell you friends, OneNote is a very simple application, very easy to use, but indeed very effective application. I use it every day. So today in the process, I'm also going to show you the notes that I have created when I have attended the training program or various meetings. So what is a OneNote? In simple words, OneNote is nothing but note-making app. Most of people compare it with Google Keep, but I think that both the products are completely different, and a part of OneNote can be used as Google Keep, but Google Keep cannot be used as OneNote notebook. So let me first tell you what exactly is OneNote. See, likewise, we here in the screen, it shows work, home and school. These are nothing but the notebooks that kids have, which has this section here towards the end. this is a notebook and there are some sections, and within sections there are pages. Similar to that, these are nothing but my notebooks. Understand that these are the notes that I have been creating on different topics that I like. So these are my different notebooks, and within each notebook you will see on at the top, which are nothing but tabs. These tabs are nothing but sections like this that we have in our notebook. Every section will have pages. Now these notebooks, the best thing about these notebooks is you can synchronize these notebooks and share it with your friends, colleague. Just in case if you don't want to share it, you can use those notebook synced to your mobile as well as other devices. That also is possible. You can make your notes personal, or you can create notes for the friends and family. So right here in front of you, I'm going to start with creating a new OneNote notebook. But before I do that, let me tell you, every OneNote, the moment you sign in, it will give you personal or web. This is nothing but your first notebook that automatically gets created. Now, one more thing I forgot to mention, let me remind it to you again. When you go to start Windows and type 1, you will get two different apps which are OneNote applications. One will be OneNote 2007, 10, 13, 16, whatever version that you have, and the other one will be simple OneNote. If you're using Windows 2010, then you will get OneNote app which is installed by default. If you're using other version like Windows 7 or Windows XP or Windows Vista or any other version of Windows like Windows 8, you may not have OneNote app pre-installed. Yeah. Now, let me tell you why am I stressing so much on OneNote free application as well as OneNote 2010, 13, 16. There are plenty of features which are missing in free version of OneNote. But at the same time, you will find certain features which are there on OneNote free version, which are not there on paid version. So I'm going to talk about both the features. But first of all, I would like to get started with OneNote paid version, which is OneNote 2010, 13, 16, which is there, which comes along with your Office suite. Now, when you open OneNote notebook, which is paid application, the view will be like this. It might even ask you, if you're opening it for the first time, it might ask you to sign in. You may ignore sign in, or you may sign in with whatever account that you have. For the time being, if you want to follow along, I would recommend do not sign in. If you've already signed in, nothing like it, fantastic. Okay. So as I mentioned, I will start with creating OneNote notebook. So I have started with start, and now I click on new. Now when I click on new, if my applications like OneDrive Personal or OneDrive Professionals are connected to Office application, then I'll get these options. Now how can I ensure that these apps gets connected? I have this option here where I need to sign in. So make sure that you sign in with any Microsoft account or your official Office 365 account. You may choose any of these two to sign in. Since I'm already signed in, I am now clicking on this notebook name, and I'm giving the name as OneNote training. Okay. So I am now creating a OneNote training, but I'm ensuring that this is connected to OneDrive Cloud. I can even keep it on my PC, but the problem with PC is I cannot share it with anyone. I cannot access these notes on my mobile. Yeah. So I will highly recommend that do not use PC or local computer. Use OneDrive to create OneNote notebook. And I just click on create OneNote notebook. It is asking me, do you want to invite people? At the moment I'm clicking on no. I don't want to invite right now to anyone to work with me on these notes. I'll tell you later how do we go ahead and invite other people. So at the moment you can see that the sync icon has come, which means OneNote notebook has been created and I can start working with this OneNote. First thing that I will talk about is these are nothing but tabs. So I can create different tabs and I can rename those tabs. Similar to that, I can create multiple pages. Okay. So let's say I create the first tab as today's training. Yeah. This as official. This as important emails. So I have created these three tabs. on my OneNote. Now, I can simply add information over here like how to make notes. Yeah. Now, how do we make notes? It's very simple. I can type note 1, note 2, note 3, and so on and so forth. Right? It's very simple. But before I go ahead and talk about how do we type the note, let me give you a situation where OneNote can be absolutely perfect application to be used in that situation or scenario. Let me give you a situation. Let's say you are going to be a part of very important meeting or a training program, and you would want everything, every conversation which is happening there, you want to make a note of it. But when you're making a note of it, generally what happens when you are in the office and you land up yourself in such a situation, and if you want to do the recording, what do? You use your cell phone. Second thing, you would also want to make handwritten notes, although you're recording, but you do want to make some important pointers, so you will use your notepad. If you are going to be giving that presentation or you are going to be a part of that presentation which has already been shared with you, the soft copy of that presentation, data file, or a document which is PDF file will all be stored on your system or laptop. So here, when you talk about this particular situation, at the end of the day, what do is you have attended one meeting, but you have spread the information in 3 different platforms. The first platform was your cell phone where you have recorded the audio. Second platform was your notepad, and the third platform was your laptop where you had all the soft copies of your notes. Now, let's say if I am at that situation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start recording. So I go ahead and start recording things. I have started recording. So what did I do? I went to insert and I clicked on record audio. Now, while I am recording, I can type notes, note 1, notes 2, notes 3. Let this recording to be continued. I'll come back to this recording part little later, right? So I am making notes simultaneously. When we make notes, friends, we do copy some important files or folders onto our notes. So let's say I have a presentation that I would like to add to this. So let's say this is 17th April 11:58 a.m. I copy this and paste it here. So this is nothing but a file that I'm attaching. So I click on attach file. Yeah. So the file also got attached. Now let us say, so what I'm doing is I'm making notes. Let's say when I'm making notes, what I do is I am now going ahead and doing some search. So we often do these kind of searches online. So I go ahead and search for OneNote, or else let's say word population. Okay, because this is something a familiar website that I generally go to, and I take up that example. So take a look. This is nothing but world population website, and there are plenty of things which are there on this website. This looks very interesting to me. First thing that I do, simple thing, 10 billion. I'm just making a note. I simply Control C, and I do. Now see, OneNote is such a brilliant application that you can click anywhere and start typing. Yeah. So I clicked here and I started typing. You will see that I have copied some text from a website. Automatically the link to that website gets copied. I don't have to copy it. I don't have to write the source. Where did I get this information from if I'm copying it from any particular website? That's point number 1. Second thing, and remember, recording is still going on. Second thing, it's a pretty big website and I would like to take some screenshots from this website. So the problem is, if I take print screen, I'll have to keep taking print screen like this, like this, like this, and it goes on for a very long time. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to print this website. How do we normally print? Just press Control P. It's as simple as that. I press Control P and you can see that website is now visible to me as a web page. What I want to do is, since I want to get that printing, I come here and I have the option here, send to OneNote 2016. I simply click here, send to OneNote 2016, and I click on print. Now see, this entire web page is going to be embedded in my OneNote notebook. Now it is going to ask me, where do I want to paste this OneNote printing? So I come here and this is OneNote training. And here, let's say I select OneNote training, this particular section. Let me put it in this section and in one page. If I want this pages to come in different pages, I'll select a section. If I want the entire website to be in one particular page, I'll select untitled page and I click OK. So now what will happen, that entire document will be printed within my OneNote notebook. See here. So this is a very good thing when we do some kind of research. So I found a particular website, I quickly printed the entire web page on my OneNote notebook. Now I was here. Okay. Now when we talk about OneNote notebook, what I've done is I have created this OneNote notebook and recording is still on. Let me meanwhile show you something. Okay. I go to website. Now I like this particular paragraph, these three paragraphs till here. So I'm taking a snapshot. Yeah. So I can directly take a snapshot. I don't need any third party application. I can directly take a snapshot within OneNote as well. I go to insert and here you can see screen clipping. When I go to insert screen clipping, it automatically takes me to this clipping mode and I can just select whatever I want. So I want something till here. Okay. So I've taken that OneNote and it's here. Let me cut and paste it because it's a little longer. I'll paste it here and then I'll explain it to you. So this is nothing but my OneNote screenshot that I've taken. Understand that this screenshot is nothing but picture. Okay. Now, if I talk about this particular picture, I want this paragraph. Right, I've taken the entire thing, but I would want this particular paragraph which should be here. Okay. Now, how do I only copy that paragraph, that too from a picture? It's very simple in OneNote. Just do right click and here we have the option copy text from picture. So remember friend, we are copying the text from a picture. It's not a normal text. So I clicked on copy text from picture. When I do that, and I am now pasting it right below this. Although the formatting changes will be visible, but you can see word to word it has copied everything. So I said I wanted this particular paragraph, so I'm selecting this particular paragraph here. Okay, so this is per year. I have taken that and I can copy it elsewhere as well. So friends, see how simple it is to copy the text from a picture. This can be very useful when you have scanned PDF or scanned document. But let me tell you, like you have seen, there was very big challenge where in terms of formatting, this copy text from picture clearly copied only the text. It did not copy the formatting. So that difference you will have to manage. Okay. Now, next thing. Our recording is still going on and I'm going to come back to that recording part. But meanwhile, let me do something. I am working with this recording here, and while I'm doing, I see that I need to take someone's number. What is your name? Okay, can you give me your number? 7977 163 243. Okay, so that's your number, right? Your name once again?
Prashant.
Prashant. Okay, Prashant. All right. So see, I have taken Prashant's number here. I would need this number later on. Okay. Now it may happen that I regularly create certain notes. I might forget that I have taken someone's number. So what I'll do is I have a very important feature in my OneNote which is called as tagging. So I come here and I can tag that number. So see, this is nothing but a number that I have just now taken from Prashant. So when I've taken that number, I have tagged it. Similarly, when we make notes, don't we come up with these tags, the questions or thoughts which these tags directly reflect? That is, I find that this note has got something which is very important. So I'll come here and I'll mark it as important. I have some questions about this lecture. So question, and I come here and I mark that as a question. So see, when we attend the training program, we do come up with website to visit, idea, password, critical, project name, book to read, movie to watch. So these are nothing but different tags that we have, which we can very well make use of when we make the notes. Now, since I have made all these notes, so after making all these notes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these tags very frequently when we work with OneNote. Let me also show you some more information, that is calculator in OneNote. What do I mean by calculator? Let's say 245 plus 674 equal to, and the moment I press enter, see what happens. It gives me the total. Let me try this something with something else. 875 multiplied by 560.56 equal to enter, right? So friends, OneNote can also be used as a calculator. You can try out different mathematical expression like sine, cosine. You can use OneNote for doing square root and all those things. You can just, in my YouTube video, you will see a document in the notes section where you can refer to all these information, what all detailed thing that can be done with OneNote. Now, coming back to OneNote important emails, I'm going ahead and making notes. Now, since I am making notes here, let me show you something. I stop the recording part right now. Now, what I want to do is, here, while doing the recording, I went to some other notes and I was working something. And then I realized that I had taken someone's number, which is very important for me. And I would like to get in touch with that person right now. What do? I want to find out, but I've forgotten where did I keep the number? Where did I save the number? So let's say, what do I do now in this situation? I go to Home tab, and here there is something which is called as Find Tags. When I click on Find Tags, you will see that the notes that I have tagged are available here. So what you can do is tags by tag name, tag section, or you can look within this notebook or all notebooks. So if I want to find tags in all the notebooks that I have ever created, you can see how many tags do I have. Now, what I want to do is let me search in this notebook itself. So likewise, I can find out that here there is a number of this particular person. But unfortunately, I forgot that who this person was. I have taken the number, but I've forgotten to write the name of the person. Where can I get that from? Here, that we can get it from this recording. In one training program, one person said that we can find out who that person was from Truecaller. Well, I can understand that these applications are there, but my objective here is to find out how can we find out this number from this recording. Every time you may not write someone's number, you might write something like, I would like to listen what conversation was happening when I wrote note 2, or what conversation was happening when I copied and pasted this particular workbook. So see how brilliantly can I find what is the name of the person. But before I go ahead, let me tell you that this recording took 13 minutes 45 seconds. Imagine that this is 1 hour 30 minutes, right? More than 90 minutes of recording we already have. How would we search? It will take a very long time to search. So what do we do here? I'll go to that particular section, click the cursor, and do you see this scroll bar? I'll just scroll it on the left. I see a play button, and this play button automatically comes the moment you make notes. Whatever notes that I have made in this notebook, every note has that play button. What I am going to do is I'll click on that play button. You guys just keep a note of this timer here. I click on this play button and see the timer switches over 34 seconds. Automatically it jumped over to 10 minutes 40 seconds. Okay, so friends, understand what is the use of this particular information. The use of this particular feature is when you are making note. Most of the time we spend in making notes while attending any training or meeting. We focus less and we give more priority to make notes. Often we don't refer to those notes going back home. What we can do is, or what I do in training program, whenever I'm attending in any such training program, I have a separate mic which captures the audio. I of course do take the permission of whoever the trainer or the speaker is. I don't just secretly start recording. So make sure that you follow this etiquette while recording. So I speak to the person, and if I get the person's approval or speaker's approval, then I connect that mic using Bluetooth. The reason I'm talking about that mic is important is because often your laptop's mic may not be as powerful as it should be. When a person is at a distance and speaking, it may not capture the audio properly. So in such cases, what I do, or if it is a closed room discussion, your laptop mic works brilliantly. I've tried it many times. So what we do here is I take all these notes, and when a topic begins, I just write the name of that particular topic. I don't get into the details. If this is less significant, I don't write those details. I focus on understanding the conversation than just making notes. If that is something which is very critical, very important, I might write it. Otherwise, I generally leave it by writing notes. When I go back home, I listen to the recording. So I am attending that meeting twice and I am making notes. So that is how I can easily and quickly make notes using this feature of recording. It's very useful. Now, next thing. So friends, we have learned about how do we add notes. There is one more feature that I'm going to talk about. But before that, let me also show you one feature that I've missed showing earlier. Let's say main page. Okay. So I'm also going to be talking about organizing the pages. So this is nothing but main page, and these are nothing but sub pages. So I click on these pages. I hold shift key. I click here. I hold shift and click all these pages and drag it on the right. See what happens? This becomes main page and these becomes sub pages. I can now click here and minimize those, group those pages. I can ungroup those pages. This is very useful when you make notes. Let me show you my live training note here. Okay, so here I have something. See here, this is how I have grouped all those. These are actual notes that I have created for my Power BI training program. When I was learning Power BI, I created all these notes in OneNote only. The best thing was I can refer to these things on my mobile as well. So I'm coming to my mobile section in some time. But see, this is how this categorization can help me to make notes or organize notes. Now, I'll tell you one thing, that when I'm writing these notes, I can make notes on my mobile, on my laptop. If I make changes in mobile, the changes appear in my laptop. If I make changes in my laptop, it appears on my mobile. At the moment, I'm not showing that feature because I'm going to talk about new feature. The reason I said that is because your OneNote syncs with the cloud. Now, having that OneNote on the cloud means you can gather the notes in different ways. So let me do one thing. I am going to make one note in a different way altogether. So I receive an email, so I go to my mail. First, let me show you this feature, and then I am going to talk about what is this feature and how does it work. So understand that this is some Microsoft certification thing. Okay, this is some communication that I have received from Microsoft. Okay, I would like to record or make a note of this particular information on my OneNote, but the problem is I'm traveling and I do not have access to OneNote for some reason. I can simply forward this email to me at onenote.com, and I'll name it as @new tab. Okay, so it automatically creates a new tab as well. So whenever we send me at onenote.com, it automatically creates a new tab as well on your OneNote notebook. If it doesn't create a new tab, we'll see that later. But let me show you how do you configure, because this feature cannot be done without configuring. So onenote.com/email to OneNote. In order to configure this service, you cannot just directly email it to me at onenote.com and get that email added to a particular section on your OneNote notepad. You will have to go to onenote.com/email to OneNote. When you go to this website, see here, it says set up email to OneNote. Okay, since I've already done that, I'll just walk you through, but I may not be able to show you all the steps because I've done it long back. Here it is me at onenote.com. Here you have to mail it, but you have to first of all sign up with any particular email address from which you will be mailing it to. Then it asks you to choose a specific destination. So when I was creating this, I chose the destination as my personal notebook, and this notebook is nothing but my personal one. Let me see once again if it has created. So once you have done that, then here you can say save it directly to OneNote, and it automatically saves it to that particular section in that notebook. Let me also tell you that if you type in the subject line, if you type @ and the name of the tab or the section, that means this tab or the section, it automatically gets added to that section. Yeah, see, this new tab has got created, and automatically the email has been posted into this OneNote. So this new tab, if you remember, I have created it at that time. So let's relook at the email that we have sent. When I go to send me at OneNote notebook, see, this is the email that I forwarded to me at onenote.com, and in the subject I have written @new tab. Yeah, see, generally this new tab has to be added at the end of it, but I didn't want to take the risk during the presentation. That's the reason I changed the subject. Otherwise, whenever you write any other thing in the subject line, it will get added in that respective tab. Yeah, so this is how you configure. So make sure that you go to this website, which is onenote.com/email to OneNote. When you go here, you can configure your OneNote, and this will be very handy for your flight tickets, for anything that comes on your email and you want to quickly add to your OneNote section. Yeah, I use it a lot. Okay, so friends, so far we have discussed about various features of OneNote, some features that I would want you to explore yourself, and then I'll take up some questions, and then I'll be moving on to OneNote on mobile. Okay, so few section is this history. I would want you to go through it so that you can go to history as well as you can go to recycle bin. There is drawing thing. It's very useful if you have stylus and you can write. If you have the touch screen, you can write many things, and it automatically gets converted like ink to math, and all these things. They are very useful. Then we have this drawing pane. You can draw different diagrams while you are working or making OneNote. So these are few things. Draw and history, these are very important. And review also has something which is password protection. You can go ahead and work with password. Yeah, you can protect any particular section with password that you can manage yourself. Yeah, so I'll take up few questions, and then I have one more section working with Outlook and OneNote, and then I'll move on to mobile. So let me take up few questions just in case if there are any. There's one question: can we give website address to a page that when we go to that page automatically that live websites should appear? Mr. Bhansali, no, that is not possible. Live website does not appear. You can give the link and you can click on that link. That thing will work. Version of it, because free version is different than this. Madhvi, to be very honest, I'm not sure completely about free version of OneNote, but yes, most of the features that I have shown are only available in paid version of OneNote. Okay, one thing, see, most of the people have signed up with anonymous. So that means anonymously they have logged into this team. So whenever you write any question, please do write your names as well. That will be very good for us to refer to the person's question. Okay. Okay. OneNote 2016 does not have dictate feature, but the free version of OneNote has got that dictate feature, or OneNote Web has the dictate feature, which I'm going to talk about in a short while. Yes, the next question was, can we attach existing PDF and extract the text in OneNote? Yes, you can. But let me tell you, if that is a scanned PDF and some scribbled, handwritten scribbling has been done, then that particular section may not be copied exactly. But to a very great extent, now these features are improving. The accuracy of handwritten notes are also improving. So you can try those features, but it is not 100% reliable. Let me tell you this beforehand. Okay, so these were a few questions that I've taken. I'm going to talk about OneNote Outlook, but let me also share one more thing. How do you share this OneNote with other friends or colleagues so that you can make collective OneNote? So I go ahead and click on File. In order to share OneNote file, I click on Share, and here I'm sharing it with my friend, which is Prashant. So Prashant can edit, and I'm sharing. Of course, I want him to sign in, or I want him to not sign in. So I have shared one document with Prashant. You can see his comments in a short while. So remember, at times it may happen that you accidentally share something and you would quickly want to unshare that. How would you do that? So this is personal, and I have just now shared it with Prashant. And let's say if I don't want to share it with him again, I can simply click on remove user by going to that page, share page again. Yeah. So this is how you share it from this particular box. And if you want to unshare it, just do right click and unshare. Yeah. Now let me go ahead and add a new page here. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about working with Outlook and OneNote together. This can be a very good feature for all the people, those who are working with Outlook and OneNote together. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I do a lot of meetings these days. So see, how can I use it quickly? Now I'm going to give you a scenario that, let's say you're the person who has been assigned to create minutes of meeting, right? So you want to do minutes of meeting and you want to quickly send it to all the people who have attended that meeting. How will you quickly create minutes of meeting? So let me take up this scenario. So minutes of meeting happens for a meeting. So I go to meeting details, and here I see OneNote training discussion. So there is a meeting here. I select that meeting. The moment I select that meeting, see, the interesting part is automatically it gives me the meeting date, time, and it brings the people, those who have been the part of that meeting. So let's say I am now making the notes in this meeting. Once I've made the notes here, I can even read the message which was there in the meeting. So I can expand it, and this was the message. So this was just a dummy meeting. So what I did was I clicked here, selected the meeting, automatically the entire email came over here. You can also see the people who are the part of this meeting. After doing this, you will see the notes, and once the meeting is over, now I would like to send this minutes of meeting to every person who has been the part of this meeting. I can simply click on email the page. Can you see how simple it is to create minutes of meeting with OneNote with Outlook? I clicked on email the page, and I can just write some context and send it. Let me show this feature once again. I'm sure you guys would. What I did, let me go to page again. This is a new page. I went to meeting details and I click on OneNote training discussion. The moment I click on that, automatically it picks up that particular meeting details from my Outlook over here. In order to get this feature, your Outlook must be signed in with the same ID that you're using in OneNote. So here I have the ID. So your Outlook and OneNote automatically gets connected that way. I have that minutes of meeting, and now here I am typing something, whatever I want to do. I can make the notes like that, and when I'm done, I can simply click on email the page, because all the attendees are already marked here. The moment I click on email the page, it opens up an email. All that I'm required to do is send. That's it. It's brilliant feature. Okay. Next thing that I'm going to talk about is, when I talk about this email, let's say I'm writing something, and here today's right proposal for online training to be created. Okay, so this is some task that I've written. I have written down some task for me. What I can do is I simply click here, go to Outlook task. When I want to do it, tomorrow. So see, I automatically this task has come here, this flag, and let me take you to my Outlook proposal for online training tomorrow, in tomorrow's section. See how simple is it to get tasks from OneNote to Outlook. It's very simple. So this is how we can connect Outlook and OneNote. One more thing. what I want to do is I would like to get this entire email and I want to make notes on this email. See how simple is it? I go to Home tab. Under the Move section, I have OneNote. Okay. The moment I click on OneNote, it asks me where do I want to paste this particular note. I click on OneNote, and now I go to important emails, and there is okay. If I click here, automatically it will insert a new page. So I have clicked here and I click OK. See, automatically it has inserted a new page here. It did not insert in untitled. It has got the subject and the entire email body is here. And I can side by side I can make notes. So these features are very useful, very important and essential. Okay. Now, let me tell you, if I'm little fast, please pardon me for that. But like I said, these recordings will be available on the YouTube channel. So do subscribe to our channel and keep that playlist in your saved web pages. Now, next thing that I'm going to talk about, which is going to be very useful, that is working with mobile. Okay, just a second, and let me tell you one Windows feature as well, which we are going to learn in Windows training program. How do you connect your mobile to your laptop? So here I have used a connect feature. So this app is there on your desktop, which is Connect, right? So using this Connect feature, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen from my mobile. So whatever is there on my mobile will be visible to all of you in a short while. So what you need to do, meanwhile I'm connecting to this phone, let me share that in order to use OneNote on your mobile, you will have to go ahead and use the same email ID that you have used in OneNote application. Okay. The reason I'm doing that is because see, I'm clicking here OneNote and this is nothing but my note. What I'm going to do now is, as you can see here, I have all the notebooks, and let's say I want to open the notebook that I have just now I was working on with you all guys. So here I have the option which says more notebooks. I click on more notebooks and here you will find OneNote training. So I click on OneNote training and see my mobile application is now opening that OneNote. It is syncing that right now, but as soon as the sync is done, you will see all the notes that I have created are available here. So most of the notes have been created in my important emails. So all those important emails, you will find it here. So it's very useful, user friendly. And let me tell you, once these notes are synced, you don't need to be online. Even if you disconnect the internet on your mobile, you will still be able to read these notes. Very useful. You've created all the notes on your laptop. You are now referring to those notes on your mobile. You're in the flight or you're in the bus, you're traveling, you're outside home where you don't have access to your OneNote. You can make notes on your mobile as well. So see here, I'm writing notes from mobile. Yeah. So I've created notes from mobile for quick reference. Okay. So I have written this. Let's see if that has come on my OneNote or not. If it is not, it will come soon. So it is still syncing. I'm not sure where did I make that. Yeah, see, notes from mobile for quick reference. See, automatically it comes there. So now I have connected online and the notes are there on my mobile. Let me also show you one interesting application. The interesting application is Office Lens. Yeah, this Office Lens is a very useful app. Whenever you want to take any particular snapshot or any picture, you can do it. Okay, let me show you. I have a page on my table. What I'm going to do is I'm taking a picture. Do you see this red guiding lines? That means only that much section is going to be captured. Rest every section is going to be removed. So I click here, and when I click there, automatically it takes that much section which was covered by those red lines. I can click on add new if I want to access more pictures, I have the option here. I can add it as a contact card, business card, photo, or whiteboard. Now, and then I have done here. I can edit, I can write something, I can do a lot of things. You can try these features later. I'm clicking on done here. Once I click on done, what exactly happens? It is asking me, do I want to save this in OneNote, quick notes? So it says Pradeep's notebook, quick notes. That is the section, default section that I've configured. I can make it a PDF, I can make a gallery as well, or else let's say I don't want, I just want it to be in OneNote section, and I click on save. When I click on save, automatically you will find that once this waiting to transfer is complete, this note will be visible in my personal OneNote notebook in the quick notes section at the very bottom. You will see I'm still looking for that. It is still not completed. You can see waiting for transfer. This takes a little while, but once that is done, you can see all those screenshots that you see here. All those screenshots are nothing but, see this, there is some problem with this particular thing. Otherwise all the screenshot that I have gets added. At times it does that. See, this particular note has been added to my OneNote section. So let me go back at the bottom, and this is 19/4, that is 19th April, and this is still syncing. It will take some time, but it will come on my screen. So friends, this is how I take the OneNote on mobile. This is how I can manage all my notes. So once the syncing is complete, you will see that note coming over here. It is still loading and it's C628. So this is some the mark sheet of all the students. Let me also tell you, there is a video on my YouTube channel which will help you to convert documents, scan documents. You can either take a scan copy and convert it into Word document. Let's say you have got a scan copy and you don't want to convert it into Word document, because when you talk about right click and copy text from picture, it will disturb all the formatting. See how this is how it will work. Yeah. Now, of course, you don't want this document in this format. In order to preserve the formatting as well as the document to a greater extent, use Office Lens application, and you can convert that into Word file as well. More details can be found on the YouTube channel, or maybe tomorrow when you receive the email. All of you, I believe all of you are receiving my email. Do save my email in your contacts so that it does not go to spam, because I'm going to be sending a lot of good information going forward about these features. So I'm going to create a link into that email and will send you which will talk about how do you use Office Lens as an application. And there are various other applications that I've talked about which can help you to convert a picture into text, right? This feature, this technology is called as OCR, which is optical character recognition. Yeah. So friends, this is about OneNote that we have talked about. A few things that I'm going to talk about that is on portal.oneoffice.com. This feature, that is OneNote application, is also connected to Office 365, Office 365 online version. And let's say this is OneNote notebook. Okay, let me 15-day webinar notebook. Let's say this is the notebook that I have created, and here the features like file. So here is the feature of recording voice. This feature is not there in the paid version. See, whatever I'm going to speak now, that is going to be typed automatically. This feature ideally should have been in paid version of OneNote, but it is there in the free version or web version. But when we are going to talk about the training program on Microsoft Word, in that we have this dictation feature, which I'm going to discuss in detail. So these features are nothing but driven by artificial intelligence. So see, even if I'm speaking fast, it will automatically take the notes properly. See, there are some mistakes that it will do, like I have said notes and it took it as node. Friends, that is how we make use of this OneNote, and there are few features like mathematicals with the features related to students. There are plenty of features which are related to students which I did not cover except that calculator and basic features. But there are a lot of things that students can also do. So friends, what I'm going to do is now I'm going to take up the questions if there are any. The question is, can we attach meeting video while sending minutes of meeting to sent email through Outlook? Well, let me tell you, if you are doing minutes of meeting and if the recording is being, if recording is being done, if it is through an external camera, it will be very heavy. But if it is happening on Teams and if the recording feature is available, then let me tell you that recording generally goes to this application. Let me show you. Microsoft Streams is an application. So if the recordings are being done on Microsoft Teams, then you will find the recordings in this Streams application. This, you can say, that is nothing but your internal YouTube. Yeah. Second question, OneNote with Outlook Mail will only go to internal employees or external customers, as both would be part of minutes of meeting. Yeah. So there is no restriction. As long as the person has the email address, you can send it to any person. Yeah. Can we record team meeting or webinar in OneNote? Not really. Team meeting, as in, like I said, you have to configure your camera with OneNote to be able to use any external camera. If you are recording the meeting using laptop camera, then you can definitely record and you can do it. See here, when we go to this section, insert, there is an option record video also. So this uses your laptop camera. You can use the external camera also, but you have to configure before you go ahead and use it. Okay. How can we connect mobile to laptop? So we have already discussed how do we connect mobile to laptop. I mean, you're talking about OneNote or mobile to laptop? If you're talking about OneNote, we have discussed that laptop to mobile directly. If you want to synchronize, there are various ways. But how do we get the screen? That is using this Connect app that I have spoken about. So let me see if there are any new questions that I have to answer. Deepak is asking, do we need to download Connect app? Connect app is the feature of Windows. You don't have to download it separately. Swapnil said emails are not being received. Swapnil, you will have to go to first that web URL that I have told you to be able to receive the notes. Okay. Okay. So can you copy literature from Google and be pasted in OneNote? Of course you can. There's one more question from Anonymous. If OneNote is open through mobile and recording is done in mobile, can it be listened in PC? Yes, you can listen to PC because OneNote gets synchronized properly. Yeah. There is one more question that Hemlata, out of 10 people whom I had sent meeting invite. Okay. But let me tell you, this question is of Outlook and maybe I can answer this question tomorrow. Yes, you can find out how many people have responded yes and how many of them have not responded to your meeting request. But this is in Outlook. Yeah. I won't be able to answer that question right now. So friends, that's it from my side. Before we go ahead, can I once again request you to go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and please leave some comments on my LinkedIn profile. If you have liked this, if these trainings are helping you, please do it. Because let me tell you, it's not just 15 hours in 15 days. Me and my team have been working at the back end to edit the videos, to publish it onto the YouTube channel, as well as we are creating the complete playlist. We are also writing emailers where we we provide a lot of links to you. So all those things are being done at the back end, because let me tell you, it's not, we have been getting 800 to 1500 attendees in these sessions. So please do support us. Three things. Once again, I would like to request three things. Do make the donation to PM Care or any other charity organization. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you can leave some comments on LinkedIn, that will be a great motivation for us. Now now Prashant is forwarding the form for the feedback. I will appreciate if you could just click on that form link and give your valuable feedback. Unfortunately, we have not been able to take yesterday's feedback, so Prashant will post that link after a while into the same meeting, or else you will also be receiving the link, because we have just now noticed today, we have noticed that after sending email, we noticed that we did not take the feedback properly yesterday. Yeah, that thing will do. So Prashant has posted the link of feedback. Please fill the feedback. And meanwhile, if there, let me also tell you what are we going to learn tomorrow. Although Outlook is a very useful feature, most of the people use Outlook during their daily work routine, but most of the time people only send, receive email, attachment, and calendar. They do not do much in Outlook. So tomorrow we are going to learn extensively about Outlook in 1 hour. We have got a lot of features. So list of features which are going to be discussed will be sent to you on your email. One more thing, we are sending a lot of useful information on email. Please do mark our email as safe so that you receive emails on your inbox. Yeah. And let me tell you, when we start the training program on MS Office, which is Word, Excel, PowerPoint, there are a lot of things that we will be sending it to you beforehand, like training files and practice files, and for training program on PowerPoint, some media files and all those things, so that if not along with us, you can practice those things later on. So for that, you will have to receive our emails. So make sure that you mark our email safe so that you keep receiving and check our emails. Yeah. So friends, I think Prashant has pasted the link. So we have decided not to confuse you all with two feedback form links right now. So Prashant has sent today's feedback form link, yesterday's feedback form link. We will send it to you in an email. Yeah. So friends, thank you very much. I hope you guys have learned something new. From my side, that's it for today. We'll meet tomorrow at the same time and we'll be learning about Outlook. One request before I go, please send it to all your friends who would like to be a part of this training program. We still have a lot of bandwidth. We can accommodate more people into this training program. Thank you very much. See you all tomorrow.